Just let everybody know. Think sometime, who are you? Be in touch with who you are. Because trust me, if you don't, at this stage, get in touch with who you are and get to know this person, who this is, I think it's a wasted life.
Who are you?
Where have you come from? Why are you here? What is your purpose? Really, who am I? I'm just somebody, my mother and father, my father and mother was just horny one night, and boom, and I came up. It wasn't that they love each other. It wasn't love. They wanted to fuck, and I came out, and what the hell happened? What was that purpose for? Really, what was the purpose?
Yeah.
What's my purpose here? I had no idea. I always wondered this. Who's the first me? Who's the first man in my family? Who is the first man? Where was he at? What year was he born? Before Christ, after? Who was the first me? Who's my first nose come from? Where did I come from? The first person. That was me, my lineage, my bloodline, the first one. How long was he? 200 million years? How long ago was he? You know, I always wanted the first male of my lineage, the first male of this lineage, whoever named, he probably wasn't even a black guy. He probably was white, he could have been an Asian. Who was he? The first one, you know what I mean, that turned me into this. Originally, after all those millions of years, hundreds of millions of years, I came out like this.
Might have been an alien, bro.
You never know who was that first person. Only 1889, we started filming, documenting. Can you imagine that? 1890, we started physically documenting, after writing. And we still don't believe the people we see in the 20s or the 1980s. We always judging their movements. We don't know who they truly are because they're on screen. Imagine one time they have screens. One day they'll start having a screen for every inch of your life. They have your bathroom photographed. They have your kitchen. Every moment of your life you'll be photographed. Well, there's a civilization that's under Turkey that's like 9,000 years old, that's older than Africa, another country under Turkey. Africa is not the oldest country in the world. Wow. There's countries under Africa and under other countries that's been here millenniums. We can't even explain who these people were. Yeah. We don't even understand the messages that they left us because we think we're so superior to them, but we can't even figure out the message that they left us.
Yeah.
Stonehenge and all that stuff. No, nobody knows anything.
At any fight, if someone said something negative about me, he was an old man, he would attack them. He wouldn't let nobody allow any negativity to even seep through my psyche. No. Everything was that I'm invincible, I'm a savage, I'm ferocious. I'm the smartest savage. I don't even think that way anymore. He believed fighting was your opponent's school is over and stuff, but they tell me we're going to the center tonight. We're going to go to the after school center. This is where the poverty-stricken people that live in the project, they have a center there, a youth center, and they go there and they're playing music. They got a jam in the center, so we're going to go to the center. And so, oh man, I don't believe I'm saying it. So I said, okay, I want to go too. Can I go? And I said, okay, yeah, sure, you can come. But I'm a young kid. I had no concept of you had to wash. And so when I went to the center, I said, oh fuck, I still had the bird shit on me from that. So I still have the bird shit and all the stuff, the tar and stuff from being in the pigeon coop, helping them build the coop. So we have tar paper, so we had to put the tar paper in the coop. When we go back, I never went home and washed. I just had the same clothes I had on. And when I went there, the kids that was on the roof that brought me to the roof, they all had new clothes on. And they all laughed at me. And everybody started laughing at me, and I was scared and embarrassed. I started laughing too. And one of the guys that was on the roof, he had said, what the fuck, you dirty little motherfucker? What you come around here looking like that? Don't you ever wash? And he said, you better meet me at the roof. Meet me tomorrow, motherfucker. Meet me at the roof. With the birds where you met me today. Even though that guy wasn't his pigeons, but he was there. He was looking for one of those other guys' brothers. He was older. He said, meet me at the roof. You hear me, shorty? Meet me at the fucking pigeon. Where you were today? And I'm a schmuck. I'm like, yo, schmucko. So I met him early in the morning, just like when you're going to school. So I met him at the pigeon coop. And from then on, me and him started robbing houses. Because I was younger than him, so he would tell me to ring the doorbell, knock on the door. And if someone comes over say you're looking for this guy. He'll give me a Jewish name or something. He'll give me some name. He just knew what to say, the right stuff in what neighborhood. And I didn't know. And then they found out nobody was there. He would pick the locks. He would have to pick the lock. We would go in there. We would find money, guns, jewelry. It was just wow. It was just such a rush being in somebody's house and you see that luxury there and it's yours. And he didn't give me much money, but he bought me a lot of nice looking clothes. And he said, you go back to the center looking like this. Don't forget, you hear me, motherfucker? You go looking like this. And then I went to that center, and then it was a whole different. It was totally different. And they used to call me Dirty Mike, Dirty Ike, and it wasn't because I had bad clothes. I always had the best clothes, but I always was on the pigeon coop, and I always got them dirty and tall. And I would never change my clothes and wear. I would never do that. I would never change my clothes to put on some raggedy clothes and be seen in raggedy clothes because I'd been traumatized from that experience when I went to the daycare center, after school center. So I woke, dying is just as glorious as living when you really think about it, because you couldn't have a life if you didn't have death, and you couldn't have death without life. So how could death be less glorious than life? They're both intertwined with one another. Yeah, they used to bully me in school. And so I never went back to school. So when my mother used to send me to school, I would just be hanging around the school, walking around the school. And if, normally we have security guards, the truants officer that see me, I would take off and run, or hide in the building, abandon the building. But normally, my mother knew I wasn't going to school. Then I met some guys one day, and they pursued to ripping me off. And they realized I didn't have no money. But on lunchtime, I used to go in school and eat lunch and then leave school again. So, especially when they had meatballs and spaghetti. So, one time these guys, they wanted to rip me off and I didn't have no money. So they asked me, do you want to fly birds with me? So I said, what do you mean? They said, you want to fly with us? And then I realized that they took me to this abandoned building, but they wanted me to get my milk. The milk, climb the fence and throw milk crates over to them. And I didn't understand why they wanted the milk crate, but I did it anyway because I was kind of scared. And then they took me to this abandoned building. I didn't know what they were going to do to me in that building, So when I went up there, I saw on the roof they had pigeons. And then after that, I never went to school again. Once I found that I had a pigeon coop, and I could be these guys' flunkies and go to the store for them. And if the birds were horrible, they were in horrible conditions. So the birds would fly for a little while, then they'd land on another roof, and then make me get up and go on that roof short and get the birds off the roof. So I would go to all these roofs that the lady birds flew on and scare the birds off, hoping that they would go back to the roof where the guys were. And I thought that was pretty cool because I felt wanted, because at least somebody wanted me to do something for them. So the next day, instead of going back around, walking around school, I went to the pigeon coop. And the guy saw me and he said, excuse me, young man. They said, what the fuck are you doing? And they started throwing bricks at me and while they were on the roof. And I said, hey, I just came around to see your guys need me to do anything for y'all today, like help with the birds or go to the store for you, that's all. But they had thought that I was coming back around to steal their birds. And I had no concept of stealing birds back then. I just wanted someplace to hang out instead of walking around the streets all day. And some weird guys be asking me to get in the car and suck their dick or let them suck my dick or something when I was outside just waiting for school to come out or waiting for the lunch to appear. So I would be on the roof with these guys who I didn't know, who might have killed me also, right? So they said, yeah, go, and then they throw down someone, go to the store and get some cigarettes and get a knee-high soda. After throwing bricks at me, and so I go upstairs.
We don't know who we are. How we gonna figure out something else? We don't even know who we are.